if it's anywhere in there, so if it's there, then you've got pretty good control. It'll be between this hip and your belly button, and if you go front foot, it'll be between this hip and your belly button, like a circular range area where you can actually need to get the ball. So you need to, I had to move to get the ball in the right spot, or control zone, so it gets a little bit less, just a little bit less, so it's really almost up position. So the difference between that here and that here to strike a ball at the same height is phenomenal in just how much energy, effort and work that your body uses to right through to shoulders, even eye height somewhere there. You're really, really, really comfortable and really, really capable points. There you go, that's your control zone. It's really quite simple, not a difficult concept to understand, but you just need to understand body, human capability, how it works, and then you'll go a long way towards being able to put the ball outside someone's control zone, which makes it more difficult for them and you win more points. Gary Pearson here. Today we're going to talk about your power zone. Now everybody's got a power zone, strangely enough, and it's the area where you're most capable, is the best way I can explain it. So obviously if the ball is actually too high or in an awkward spot, then it's not within your power zone. But there's areas where people are really, really proficient in their body, and there's areas where they struggle. And so if the ball's relatively in a nice area here, then you'll find you'll be able to hit it really easily and really cleanly, and you'll get a good outcome. You'll get target outcomes and you'll get power outcomes. So it works pretty well. So pretty much the power zone will vary a little bit depending on your body position and where you are. So if you're on a volley, we'll start with a volley because that's the most easy one to understand. So for a volley, we're generally around about waist high, somewhere here, to around about, let's say eye level, somewhere there, maybe even shoulders, eye level. And this area here is you're really, really comfortable. And that's the best answer I can give you, is that it's really a comfortable position to hit from. There's no stress and there's no extension. You're not reaching to hit when you strike the ball. So if you get the ball between your hips, and let's say, we'll make it really defined if you like, say shoulder. If it's anywhere in there, so if it's there, then you've got pretty good control over the ball and you should be able to get a pretty good outcome. Now, there's also the other component of the control zone, or your power zone if you like, is where it is in relation to your body this way. So I face the camera for this one. In other words, whether the ball's out there too far in front of your body or whether the ball's too far behind your body. So generally what happens is you've got a power zone, and that works out if you go back foot, it'll be between this hip and your belly button, and if you go front foot, it'll be between this hip and your belly button. So the ball can be too far out there or it can be too far behind here, and it doesn't work for you. To fix that up and to get the ball within this range, so it's almost like a circular range area where you can actually need to get the ball. So you need to use your feet to get the ball in the right spot. So the ball to body relationship is the one that we want. So you can get the ball within your control zone if you go and move your feet properly. So if you move your feet properly, then there I had to move to get the ball in the right spot. So it didn't just happen by itself. I had to get the ball within that area so I was most capable to be able to strike the ball. And as I said, it makes a difference if you go back foot or if you go front foot. So it does make a difference. Okay, so then we have a situation where all of a sudden you're down here and you're reaching and stretching. So as long as the ball is not too far away, because it can't be too far away, then we're talking about the power zone is a little bit less because it's still between here and here, but you can't, because you're under stress with your body and all your legs muscles are using everything they've got to hold your balance and keep your control, that all of a sudden you're less capable to be able to turn through because you're under stress here, so it's taking out some of the stability in your body. So the power zone, or control zone, sorry, gets a little bit less, just a little bit less, so it's really almost up, getting up a little bit higher, because down here you start to drop your back over and you start to drop your body, and so you need to be somewhere around about here to around about there, so it's in this sort of range. So whereas before it was sort of like you can drop your wrist a little bit and still be well comfortable in this range, so it's pretty much your wrist in that range. You can drop your racket head a little bit and you'll still be there, and once again you can go up about head height with your racket above your wrist, so the movement will make a difference. And that's why I like players to actually stand up more and not do this, So instead of getting down here and doing this, which compromises your structure and your stability, if you stand up here and you're there, you're still almost well within your control zone here to be able to control everything right through this area. And your body's really strong. So this will really help you. And if you keep your foundation, it's about keeping the body strong and keeping your foundation protected so that you don't lose strike on the ball, you don't lose power. And you've got to stay in a comfortable position. So the difference between that here and that here to strike a ball at the same height is phenomenal in just how much energy, effort and work that your body uses to be able to strike a ball even though it's there. So I'd much rather people use their wrist to get down to the ball rather than use their body to get down to the ball, because it doesn't make sense that you're going to break your body to go and get a ball which is down low. Why would you go down low to get a ball down low when you can just get it like that? So there you go. So that is your control zone, which is between roughly your shoulders and your hips, somewhere there. Everybody will be slightly different. Some people are big and tall, some people are short and stumpy and whatever else. And you'll find different people have different flexibility capabilities, so not everybody's body is the same. But in generally, here, anything around about there is pretty capable. There should be pretty capable. You'll find it just works the same for your backhand as it does for your forehand. Generally, I'll just go through it really quickly. Backhand will be here. Once again, it'll be about from your hips right through to shoulders, even eye height somewhere there. You're really, really, really comfortable and really, really capable. And so it just makes it really quite simple to make sure the ball's there. If the ball's not there, you need to move to make sure the ball is there. And that's why we sometimes go back foot to get the ball there. Instead of taking it up there, you can just come back here and take the ball down here. And it becomes much, much, much easier. Once again, obviously, if the ball's out the front there and you go forward and you hit it here, it's much better than hitting the ball down here where it's a little bit awkward and you're just outside that control zone. So there you go. That's the way the general control zone worked. And the last thing I'll tell you is this. For something that's as simple as a serve, you should be throwing the ball within your control zone. So you need to make sure that you've got control out of your throw of your ball. So when you serve, so if I was serving from the right box, I go back foot and I'd throw the ball roughly in this area between here and here. So there, and that would serve the ball off. And that's basically it would go. I'd only just let the ball go, so I've got full control. And that would make it go off. Same story this side. Front foot doesn't matter. 45 degrees here, and I go bang, and you throw it so the ball's within this control zone, and then you're looking pretty good. But if you start throwing the ball up here and you're outside your control zone, and I know guys can hit really power tennis serves and all this sort of gear, but it's still not an area of full control. We're talking getting the exact outcome that you want on the side wall and everything as well. So it means that you need to keep the ball roughly in a fully controlled area, and everything will work out really just fine for you. So it's very important when you serve, you get a repeatable outcome off a standardized set, so you actually get the ball in the same spot every time, and you can control the outcome of that and not give away 3 points. There you go, that's your control zone. It's really quite simple, not a difficult concept to understand, but you just need to understand body, human capability, how it works, and then you'll go a long way towards being able to put the ball outside someone's control zone, which makes it more difficult for them and you win more points.